So if you've ever been in a situation where you've used your credit card and you're worried that you're going to max out your credit card, have you ever been in that situation? Have you ever tried to apply for a loan and you're not sure that the bank is going to say yes or no for a loan? Or have you ever done what I did, where I go to the University of Iowa on PedMall and I get a credit card? It's 21.5% interest rate. And the reason why I signed up for it was because they gave me a tote bag and a bag of M&Ms. And then that night, I'm like a freshman, so I'm brand new. It's 2-for-1 night at the Field House. So if you don't know the Field House, it's a little pub on the PedMall area. And so I thought I would make friends with my roommates and everybody else at the pub by buying everyone 2-for-1 on my credit card. So fast forward, that credit bill goes to my dad's house. He opens it, even though it clearly says my name on it, that I had maxed out my credit card. So if you've ever had the fear of like getting your credit card bill and opening that. So that's what our members face, is that they face, one, they have financial issues, that they got themselves into a situation because they've maxed out their credit card, or they don't have credit, or they have a credit score of 620 or below, which is not good, because a traditional banking institution is not going to give you a traditional loan. They will reject you. And then you put on top of that if you have a disability. So then you have, we had one borrower who lives in the Iowa City area, and she tells her story quite frankly. She was drinking, and she was drinking and other things and partying with her friends, fell off the balcony and suffered a spinal cord injury. And because of that, she is permanently in a wheelchair. Her life changed where she was going to go into the world of finance. She was a marathon runner. And then now she has like astronomical amounts of medical bills, is not able to she's not able to run in marathons anymore. But the thing what really stuck me about this borrower is that she said the physical therapy part was very bad. The figuring out how she was going to pay for her medical bills was very bad. But what was worse is the social isolation that she had, because she had this whole network of friends and no one was asking her to go out to a movie or just those simple things. And so the other thing that Iowa ABLE Foundation does is when you're at your most vulnerable, and she couldn't get a loan because her finances were completely destroyed, and she felt ashamed because of the way that she had her accident. She felt she was being punished for what she was doing as a young kid. And then she was being told no and no and no for being able to get, she wanted a wheelchair accessible van. So for Iowa ABLE Foundation, we come to you at your most vulnerable and we say, you are not your credit score. That is not the value of you as a human being. That's one measurement of how you might be able to move forward, but we're not going to judge you by your credit score. We're not going to judge you because you're at your most vulnerable where you're not able to do what you used to be able to do. We're going to come and we're going to help you be able to achieve and maintain independence. Now, I told you I work for Habitat for Humanity, and one of the things about Habitat for Humanity, if you know that organization, is those homeowners pay a mortgage payment. It's not a giveaway program, but they also do their sweat equity hours by getting financial education. And that's the same thing with Iowa ABLE Foundation, is that we're going to give you a loan when no one else would do it, but we're also going to, if you need it, to be able to learn about managing your finances. Even in your new situation, you can always use what is a budgeting class, what is credit class, and we'll assess that to figure out what skills you need. So it might be your traditional financial education classes that you need, but also if you're new to having a disability, there are all sorts of federal disability benefits that you might not know that you have access to. The SSI, SSDI, which, you know, all those acronyms that sound all cool. SSDI is really not cool. Or Voc Rehab, which can help you with being able to get the things that you need. If you don't know that you have access to that, that impacts your financial profile as well. And so we want to make sure that you have access to everything that you need, so that by the time you come to us, that you, instead of a $10,000 loan, it's a $2,000 loan. And then also community resources. So if you're experiencing food insecurity, we want you to know where the food pantries are, or simple things like if you shop at Aldi's versus Hy-Vee, and I worked at Hy-Vee for 8 years, so I'm not dissing on where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. I'm just saying being a smart shopper as far as these are the places that you can go to maximize your resources to be able to have what you need. And so our board also approved in August, which I'm really, really excited about, So our fixed interest rate for a secured loan, which has collateral, was 9.25%. The credit builder loan is the loan product that is for people that have no credit or need to repair the credit, was 14.25%. So what our organization decided to do is provide a sliding scale interest rate for individuals. So based on your income, your debt to income ratio, your credit score, your situation, then you can qualify for a 0% loan. Now what will happen, it'll be in 5 different tiers. So at tier 1, you'll qualify at the 5% interest rate. But if you participate in our financial empowerment program, you earn the 0% after 90 days. So it's up to you. So if you want to have a 0 to 5% interest loan, you participate in our financial education program. Or it's 5 to 9% if you decide that you don't want to participate that and you have everything that you need. So it's your choice, and that's really empowering people to take ownership of their financial situation rather than us talking down to you or talking at you. This is a partnership. The 14.25% interest rate, which is that credit card, that's a year-long program, and you don't get to choose whether or not you participate in that financial empowerment program. It's mandatory, so you will have to work with a financial coach. What is a credit class? How do you use credit wisely? And then a series of elective classes to be able to help you, because the purpose of that credit builder loan is really to help you be able to establish yourself with a credit score or repair it. Because if you've destroyed your credit history or your credit score, there's some reasons for that, and we want to address the source of why that happened. Again, no judgment. We had one borrower who called who absolutely refused to give his credit score. He was so ashamed about it. And when I called him back to just say, please let us help you. We're not going to put that credit score out on our website. That is for us to be able to help you, but we have to have that credit score to know where you started so that we can know that we actually had some measurable outcomes to know that we helped you. And so, again, I don't know if you've seen that movie, the little ones, I hope you haven't seen it, Fight Club. But that's one of my favorite movies, and I'm not going to quote it because it's got cursing in it, but what I loved about that movie is basically you're not your car, you're not your house, and for me, it was like you're not your credit score. Again, saying that in the beginning bit. You are valuable because you exist and we care about you and we want to help you. And so I'm proud that he actually applied for that for our loan application and is going through our process and working with a financial coach to help him. But again, he has to be willing to participate. So someone's got to do the cutoff because I don't know the timing here. So what are the loan products that we offer? For assistive technology, those are your hearing aids, your wheelchairs, anything, the screen readers. So many of our Iowa State students are working with the Office of Disabilities, need help with a screen reader for their computer, their laptop, or anything else that they need to be able to be successful in school. The home modification is like if you need your doors widened. One of the things that we notice is that for the ramps, we probably get the most requests for ramps, but the porch might be broken, and so we can provide the financing for the ramp, but if they don't have the porch, they can't build the ramp. So to address that issue, we're going to be able to do home repairs as well, and be able to do a home repair and a home modification, which is that ramp. So we're partnering with different construction companies that will help us with that, and because I do have a special place in my heart for Habitat for Humanity, we're going to partner with them to be able to do the home repairs too, because they have a whole army of volunteers to help us. And we don't want to duplicate the wheel. There's services and organizations out there that can help us help our clients. Employment loans. So many of, if you have a disability, the chances of you getting employed are significantly lower than a person that's able-bodied. So there's one gentleman that I met that is, I think he's a Harvard grad. He's smart, so smart, but he's blind. And every single interview that he went to, they would scream at him, or they would try to spell things out. They just treated him like he was the dumbest person on the face of the earth, and he could not get a job. So what he did is he started his own business. So if you have a disability and you want to start your own business, we can help you with the startup funds as well. But we'll partner with other startup business companies, because I don't care if you're disabled or able-bodied, starting your own business is very, very difficult. And so we want to make sure that you're successful. And then the other loan that we have, which I'm excited about because I have a dog and I love dogs, is service animals. So if you need an emotional support dog or a guide dog, we can help with the financing to get the dog and to train the dog. And then also that financial education pieces. If you have a dog, now my dog's name is Floyd, cutest dog ever. But if you go, if I look at my budget for what I do to support Floyd, it is ridiculous. The toys alone are $9 a pop kind of thing, and he destroys them in 2 seconds kind of thing. So what I've learned, if you go to Dollar General, the toys there are $1.99. Floyd rips them up, he's happy, and I'm not wasting $8 on a toy that he's gonna destroy. That and vet bills. We want our borrowers to know the vet bills can add up very, very quickly. And so there are some vets that will work with people that have service dogs to be able to help you with your vet bills. But if you've ever had a dog or if you had a pet and you go to the vet, it can add up really, really quickly. So we want you to have some savings to be able to cover those costs. So the way that some of our individuals, I just turned 47, so I need these dang readers, which is terrible. So they receive loans from Iowa Able to purchase and modify vehicles and computers. Hearing aids are another big, huge one that we get. A therapy pool, a home-based business. A young man started a t-shirt business and he needed a press and he needed help with marketing. And then wheelchairs and scooters. So this one gentleman who called me who lives on a farm, the gentleman that's actually the gentleman here that's on the front of our brochure, he is a farmer in Decorah, Iowa, and received our highest loan. He injured himself farming, wanted to stay on his farm and continue his business, so he received the highest loan, which was $25,000 to modify his farm equipment to be able to stay on his farm. Now he is the crustiest man I've ever talked to in my life. So when you call him, he's like, I'm your poster boy for Iowa Able Foundation, so what are you gonna do for me? He's that type, but he is our poster boy because he is successfully farming thanks to Iowa Able Foundation and Easter Seals as well. So we have a partnership with Easter Seals because they have a rural solutions program that helps Iowans that have disabilities stay on their farms, and they have amazing stories. So we partnered together to be able to provide that financing piece. Do you have any questions? I guess I should stop for a second. Any questions that you might have?
How long have you guys been around?
Oh, great question. So we started in 1993 with a state grant because they're trying to figure out how to help Iowans with disabilities. And then a private funder matched that $500 to make $1 million to start up Iowa Able Foundation. But interesting enough, when I came back from England to work in Iowa, my high school teacher at Hoover High School, her husband was the president and CEO of Irely Ball. So he's very well connected in Iowa. And he asked me where I landed. I said, I got a job at the Iowa Able Foundation. Never heard of it. People in Ames who have lived, do you know Mel in the Morning, who does that radio station? Well, he has a radio station and he's been in the community for 19 years. When I went on the show about a month ago, he said he had never heard of Iowa Able Foundation. And so that's one of the obstacles that our organization has. As much as we've done, we can do so much more because people don't know about our organization. So now I say, do you know where the Dunkin' Donuts is on Sheldon? Yes, we're behind there. Everybody knows where the Dunkin' Donuts. And that's why Joan's class, Dr. Sue's class, has been so helpful for us, and Reagan and Megan and Lauren. This is an amazing opportunity for us because her class is divided into 10 teams to be able to help us share the word about Iowa Able Foundation and a gorgeous location like this, which I'm hoping to get on that trampoline. So that's one of the perks of working at Iowa Able Foundation or on that John Deere tractor. But it's a great opportunity for at least, so if you know somebody even that needs our services or is struggling, they can, just the fact that you know about us is helpful. And so I would just want to thank you so much for hosting, and for the team, they should definitely get an A++. Yes, because just for that cheese casserole thing alone, it's A++ kind of thing. So we So we are trying to get the word out about what we do. We're working with partnerships and volunteers. Our board recognizes that we weren't helping as many Iowans as we could be. The number is there are 379,000, little more than that, Iowans with disabilities. We only serve Iowa. So if you live in North Dakota like my grandparents do, can't help my grandparents. Only in Iowa. And what was it? I lost my train of thought here. To thank the team, Iowa. And also, to figure out, so there are 379,000 Iowans with disabilities. And then there's 54,379 Iowans who have a disability who report that they use food stamps. That's our target, actually. So those 54,000 Iowans, we want to make sure that every single one of them, that we help them overcome the fear and the shame that goes with having financial obstacles to be able to achieve and maintain independence. No one should be that ashamed or that fearful of their finances that they can't be able to live the lives they're meant to do. And so that's why we're gonna work really, really hard to meet every single one of those 54,000 Iowans who need us to say, we believe in you and we're gonna help you. If you help yourself, kind of thing. And so we're quite excited about the future of Iowa Able. Really love Event 379, Iowa State University. University of Iowa doesn't have anything like this, so you guys made your points, right?